Here's how I made a picture into a game level. I went into Pixelmator here and I used just this circular brush to put some black and white things in to this. I think this is 1024 by 200 screen, and I just used these developer colors. They don't have to be perfectly white and black at this point. I mostly did this with the paintbrush, but I did a little with the select and the fill tools. And then I saved this as exported to a ping. And when I got that done, I went to this website, imageonlineconvert.com, and I clicked on Choose File, and where'd I put it? And it's there it is. I knew it was right because the kind is ping, but also the size. I knew it was 67 because it said that when I exported it from Pixelmator. I don't want to change the size. I want it to be monochrome. I put sharpen, but I don't think that matters much, and I didn't change any of the rest of this stuff. If you set up a login, you can save these settings for later. But I just hit Convert File. I didn't do anything, and it downloaded for me. There we go. Then I get a file. I think this is it. We'll go look at the download specifically. Now you can see that there's no like hard pixels in this. It's all curves. And that's good, that's what we wanted. But if you're looking for an incredibly pixelated result, this might not be the best way to do it. Nevertheless, I went to Blender, and in here, a new file. I deleted the camera, X, and the cube, X, and the lamp, X. And then I imported the SVG. Now, you probably need to activate an SVG importer to do this, but I'm not going to do that in this video. Platformer, levels, there it is. Okay, now it's here, but you can't see it because it's really small. But you can see over on the right, there's like a bunch of different curves here, 42 or so curves. I guess 43 curves. It's here, it's just super small. There it is. Now what we need to do to this is we need to extrude it to be bigger. If you select one of these curves and you go down to this curve tab and you extrude like this a little bit, you can see it's extruding that one curve, and it made it thick, but it didn't do the rest of them. I'm going to undo that, put that at 0. And my instincts said to select several of these and just change the extrude on those. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to hit Command, and Command doesn't let you select several things. But if you hit Shift in this tool, it lets you select several. And I thought when I did that, then I could just drag this extrude out. But no, it doesn't work either. It just extrudes the currently selected one. So there's two ways you can do this. You can join them all. But to do that, in any case, you have to shift click on every single one of them. I don't know a way to like select all and then deselect the ones you want. Oh wait, but I do know a way. I can go over here and hit B, box select. There we go. Now they're all selected. That was a good shortcut, although I feel like up here in the top it should allow you to like select more than one really quickly, that whole set. Nevertheless, you could do that, but this still doesn't do what you want because it still just extrudes that one, unless, let's put that back down to 0, unless you hold down the Alt key. That's what I figured out yesterday. And then drag this a little bit. Just dragging really slowly so I don't go too big. I went to 0.6 0.006. You can see that's not real thick, but it's a little bit thick. I'm actually going to go one step more to 0.008. Dragging real slowly with my trackpad. There we go. Now they're all extruded that big. Then I'm not going to save this project, but I am going to go to export. Now because I played around with this, I know that the scale at something like 30,000 works pretty well for my purposes. Oh, it put it at 1,000. Okay, apparently it can't go more than 1,000. Well, okay, fine. And I didn't change these, although they don't show up. It doesn't show up in the right direction, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. I'm going to export it to the same folder. Let's do wide level 3. Export. Got to click it again, I guess. And then let's go into Unity. Platformer. Now when this comes up, this is how I had it working yesterday in the other level, but I'm going to save this as a new scene and do this again. So wide level video temp, and I'm going to hide that and that. I'm going to import the third level. Here we go. Now it's pretty big because it multiplied it by 1,000, but I've got my player here already. So let's do around the x-axis 90 degrees. Did that work? Yeah. And then around the y-axis 180. Yes, that's it. And then I want to move it up just so that the little ball is right in the right place. Okay. I believe it won't work right now if I hit go because it needs a collider. But I believe if I how does this work? Let's see. That's right. I forgot to do a step in Blender. If you add I could probably add a mesh collider to all of these. And will that work? Yeah, that worked, technically. But the other thing I could have done in Blender is just while they're all selected, I can hit, I believe it's Control J. It joins them into one curve. Now it's, well, that's weird. Now it's all in there called Curve 11. And then it won't show up quite like it did before. It'll show up as one big thing. Actually, that's the way I did this yesterday. So it just showed up as Curve 1, and I could add one mesh collider. My guess, I really don't know whether adding dozens of mesh colliders is better or worse than one. But I would guess that just one would be better. I don't know. Nevertheless, it works as is, and I can add I've got this cool triplanar shader that I could add to each of these as well. Let's see. I think if I do this, yeah, there we go. So now I've got this pretty big level I can fly through and roll through. I've got this jumping ball here. It's pretty incredible everything I did with just a few minutes. Now, I'm not saying that the art of the level itself didn't take more than a few minutes. It took, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes for me to carve out all that stuff. But once you get good at that, you could do that stuff pretty quickly and make a pretty big, cool level. I don't know, with very little trouble. And then you saw it fly through a wall there. Well, that wasn't a problem with the collision. That was a problem with the speed of my ball. That's my controller's script problem. But I was imagining making this the end point. And you can see that in this view, oh, you can't see it, but my ball's down on this end, and he just traversed through all this stuff. So I wanted to show you how to do that, and I hope you liked this video, and if you did, then subscribe and like the video. Thanks a lot.